Hi y'all. I think I'm gonna read in this here book and tell you exactly how the Tin Man became the Tin Man. Oh, I see, said the Tin Man. But after all, brains are not the best thing in the world. Have you any? Inquired the Scarecrow. No, my head is quite empty, answered the Tin Woodman. But once I had brains and a heart. Also, having tried them both, I should much rather have a heart. And why is that? Asked the Scarecrow. I would tell you my story, and then you would know. So while they were walking through the forest, the Tin Woodman told them the following story. I was born the son of a woodman who chopped down trees in the forest and sold the wood for a living. When I grew up, I too became a wood chopper, and after my father died, I took care of my old mother as long as she lived. Then I made up my mind that I would, instead of living alone, I would marry, so I might not become lonely. There was one of the Munchkin girls who was so beautiful that I soon grew to love her with all my heart. She, on her part, promised to marry me as soon as I could get enough money to her build a better house for her. So I set off to work harder than ever, but the girl lived with an old woman who did not want her to marry anyone, for she was so lazy. She wished the girl to remain with her and do the cooking and the housework. So the old woman went to the Wicked Witch of the East and promised her 2 sheep and a cow if she would prevent the marriage. Thereupon the wicked witch enchanted my axe, and when I was chopping away at, at my best one day, I I was anxious to get the new house and my wife as soon as possible. My axe slipped all of a sudden and cut off my leg. Then this is the first. This at first seemed a great misfortune, for I knew a one-legged man could not do very well as a woodchopper. So I went to the tinsmith and had him make a new leg out of tin. The leg worked very well. Once I used it, but my action angered the Wicked Witch of the East, for she had promised the old woman I should not marry the pretty Munchkin girl. When I became when I began chopping again, my axe slipped out of my hand and cut off my right leg. I again went to the tinner, and again he made me a leg out of tin. After the enchanted axe cut off my arms, one after the other, but nothing daunted. I had them replaced with them with tin ones. The wicked witch then made my axe slip and cut off my head. At first I thought that was the end of me, but then the tinner happened to come along and made me a new head out of tin. I thought I had beaten the Wicked Witch then, and I worked harder than ever. I knew, but little I knew how cruel my enemy could be. She thought of a new way to kill my love for the beautiful Munchkin maiden, and made my axe slip again, so to cut through my body, splitting me into two halves. Once more the tenor came to my help, and made me a body of tin, fastening my 10 arms to my and legs and head to it by means of joints, so that I could move around as well as other. But alas, I had no heart, so I lost all my love for the Munchkin girl, and did not care whether I married her or not. I suppose she is still living with the old woman, waiting for me to come after her. And that, my friends, is how the Tin Man became the Tin Man.